been your hero when you were growing up? Did you have someone you looked up to and maybe wanted to be that person? Have you reflected recently, or maybe in the past few years, whether or not that type of a person or fictional character or whatever has been truly the guiding post in your life? And when you reflect on what life has been for you, can you see the parallel, whether or not you've actually tried to become that kind of a person? So, my childhood hero was none other than Mary Poppins. Yes, the practically perfect in every way Mary Poppins. Let me tell you, it's been quite a light bulb moment for me. I recognize that this hero has unconsciously guided my life for the past, I'm not going to say how many decades. And that is something that I just can't believe has driven my life. Mary Poppins, she was amazing. She was okay, yes, okay. She was a fictional character, maybe, but was she? I never really knew when I read her books when I was little and I watched the movies. I always thought there was this kind of a person who existed that was the epitome of the ultimate child's caregiver, better than a mother, better than anybody else that could ever be in your family, to which all the family members would need to aspire to, obviously, and become the Mary Poppinses parents in your life. And I mean, come on, the woman was practically perfect. She ruled the universe. She was in control of everything at all times. And if she didn't like something that has come up, she could do magic to change things around in the gist. That stuck with me. The whole concept of Mary Poppins had stuck with me to a point where when I became a parent myself, that was the paradigm, that was the template in my mind, that is what parenting, the perfect parenting, the most accomplished parenting, and the most connected parenting has to be. She never seemed to have noticed that Mary Poppins was amazing, except that she was a total bitch. She had really no emotional intelligence that I could tell even after rereading the books. Who in their right mind would want to aspire to someone who is perfect in every single way, knowing there's no such concept of perfect? Recognizing this aha moment, I realized nearly, okay, not nearly, take it back, every single mother I meet is in that Mary Poppins aspiration phase. They're all aspiring to be this kind of a be all, do all, amazing. I don't even know what it is. I don't even have words for it, but except for Mary Poppins, because everybody knows what Mary Poppins really represents. And in fact, the crazier the life situation, the more insane that drive and that strive for perfection and Mary Poppins ish way these moms tend to have, and myself included. I mean, unrealistic goals where somehow we can just command the universe, multiply time from 24 hours to, I don't know, 72, and do 10,000 things at once all by ourselves without any help. Oh, by the way, be literally proficient in every single life aspect, whether it be plumbing or cooking or homework, all levels. Really, you have to be a K through 12 educator and then some, and then on top of that also be massive enthusiast for everything that's happening in the world of kids in terms of activities and everything else. You also have to be a skilled driver, level up to PhD level, because you really have to know and do enough research to really understand what you're doing so that you do it right the first time, because you really don't have time or energy or eventually no financial ability to do it twice. And somehow you're still supposed to have self-care and time to retreat and be calm and peaceful and love your life and stop struggling and be Mary Poppins and don't struggle. I just think that's just ridiculous. It is the most insane concept that we've created as a society for parents and especially moms. Okay, I know dads, some of you are just like really in the same boat. Let that go, because Mary Poppins is crazy. And if she were to exist, I actually don't want to know her. The childhood hero has been destroyed in my mind forever. The concept of perfect parenting, perfect caregiving, perfect person, that concept and the strive for it has been so detrimental to parents and kids alike, who then grow up to try to be like their insane parents who are trying to do everything all the time, all at once at a PhD level of life, that it's just not just impossible at the end of the day to do it all at that level all the time, but also unnecessary. And it's unnecessary because let me tell you what, your kids would rather see you happy than perfect. They would rather have you not yell at them than to have them rearrange the entire house in the very most perfect way and create all of these insane, elaborate lunches. Oh my God, don't get me started on the perfect lunches with the little eyes and noses of the sandwiches and God knows what else. Anyway, I digress. There are little things that just, as you could see, there's still triggers that are coming through my head when I talk about this, because the Mary Poppins effect has been around for a very long time. I've realized how deep in the subconscious that programming is. But once you start chipping away at these things and you recognize yourself, oh my God, I'm totally being Mary Poppins right now. And there's just no need for this because it's literally driving me to be certifiably insane. I mean, I've met moms with 9 kids, with 5 kids, with 3 kids who are ultimately either are single moms or who are operating basically as single moms and who are still trying to do more. And then at the end of the day, they come back to themselves and they still kick themselves for not doing enough, for not being happy enough, for not having enough joy in life, for not making enough space for their kids or for their partners if they have any. I wonder why. I mean, honestly, I don't think Mary Poppins had fun. Like, she didn't have time. I don't see her hanging out at the bar or, well, okay, nobody says, hang out at the bar is the fun place to be. I don't see her just like, riding around a bicycle just for the fun of riding around on the bicycle, or like going on the beach without having to like freaking create all this amazing experience every single time, or just like going to the park and looking at the freaking tree without having to create a whole elaborate like, musical about it. Come on. But we as parents, when we don't do all of those things, we feel like we have completely failed our child. But I tell you, some of the best moments of my life had been those moments where we just took a walk with my mom or with my daughter when I was a parent myself. And we just walked around the park, looked at the leaves, looked at the sky, and were just there. She was there and I was there. That's it. That is all that's needed. Now, if my mother had made this elaborate thing and we had a super amazing picnic and then we did all of these, I don't know, balloon paintings or whatever else, like whatever, talk to animals and dance around naked. I don't know, whatever it would have been. Point is that honestly, it would have been just another crazy thing that me and my mom did, but it would have had ultimately the same effect in terms of her being there and doing things with me than just us walking through the park and looking at the shape of leaves or just looking around our, I don't know, leaves changing fall time, smelling the air, whatever we talked about. And then kids grow up thinking that the crazy, elaborate balloon things and while ice skating is something that is a normal, and we internalize it, and then that's what creates the not enoughness, because we could never fulfill that. I mean, how crazy it is. I mean, that when you're trying to make birthday parties for your kids as well. It's like every year you kind of sort of outdo yourself, and then then like, as the end of the day, if the birthday comes around, you start panicking because holy crap, everybody loved it so much. What am I going to do next year? That's it. I could never top this, or it's going to cost me a fortune. And it's like, okay, so you could go back and just do the opposite. Hey, yay, awesome! Last year was Disneyland. This year, just a party with the 3 of your friends. Enjoy. Oh my God, it was the best time ever. Oh, really? Seriously, we as parents really need to let go of Mary Poppins complex. That is the most destructive force in our lives. And that woman has ruined more lives than she had saved. Really, she saved 2 lives, but not really. She just, established a new paradigm of how to be perfect or strive for that perfection, which doesn't exist. So really, she kind of ruined those kids anyway, too. Anyway, I am going to leave you with this final thought. Recognize within yourself when we're parenting our kids, and that really means that, either they're little ones and we truly are in the process of guiding them and creating experiences in their lives that enrich their lives, or if we are kind of done in terms of parenting, but are there more of support and guidance for those experiences in slightly older kids' lives. Recognize what you're doing and see if it's expanding you or if it's actually stressing you out. And I can almost guarantee you that if it's stressing you out, that means you're trying to be Mary Poppins, whether you're wearing pants or not, it doesn't matter. You're trying to be Mary Poppins, and Mary Poppins is fake and she does not exist. And the concept of her being is completely detrimental to the mental health of yourself and your kids. Next time when you're trying to create and outdo something that is insane, and moreover, you're trying to do something all by yourself, consider that if Mary Poppins can't be there to take over and you cannot delegate all those tasks to her while you go and do take that bubble bath, then reconsider whether or not that activity requires that much elaboration from you, those many actions, and that much stress from your side. And if you're beating yourself up over not doing enough something for your kids or with your kids, you have to reconsider the reasons. If you're truly not doing enough because you're always working, that's a different question. But if you're like one of the moms that I've mentioned, you have a few kids and you're basically operating at a single mom's level where it's basically all on you, then consider what is truly important. And are you trying to be Mary Poppins in this moment, or are you in a survival mode because of the Mary Poppins moment? Or is there something else that's going on? And can you actually step back and reclaim some of your time, some of your sanity to start rebuilding the life from the struggle? Because Mary Poppins equals struggle. So we need to let her go, let her fly off and never come back into our lives ever again. Thanks for staying all the way till the end. I hope this was not too much of a rant. I just wanted to really get this message across so that we can start evicting Mary Poppins out of our subconscious and conscious minds. If you are interested in any other content, check out my site. And if you want more in-depth conversations about this concept and others, check out the contact form and maybe some of the other resources that are on this page. Thank you so much again for listening. And this is Karina with Infinite Life Mastery.